Hello, it's me. Today you find me on the other side of the screen, to the right. Now, does this signal a shift in my politics? No, but let's face it, the right has never been more popular. And you could reasonably ask yourself, as somebody who may be in the centre or on the left, how did we get here? Well, it's quite simple. Media manipulation, messaging, and the fact that the right on a grassroots level are speaking to the British voting public in a way that they've never done so before. They are more appealing than the left. Why? Well, as I've said previously on this channel, I think a hatchet job has been done on the left, globally. The political left, hijacked by this experiment of the liberal left, that to all intents and purposes has replaced traditional left values, has done nothing but sabotage and undermine the left message. It's my opinion that we've been watching an attack on left politics across the globe that has left only the right as the only serious political voice. A few days ago here in the UK, I found myself reading reports that Jeremy Corbyn had criticised, I think it was a firebombing of a Muslim family that was associated with the appalling murder of Henry Nowak. And one of the reports said, why hasn't he criticised the murder of Henry Nowak? Is it because a Sikh was involved? Now, as we know, the liberal Labour left are championing the Muslim faith. Here in South Wales, the police have just been given new powers that they don't carry naturally in law, and that is to individually ascertain whether or not a person is denigrating the Muslim faith with their words, with their commentary. And based on their personal interpretation of those words, they can act upon that. Now, that doesn't sound at all reasonable to me. How can this be? So I did a little internet search, and I asked the question, has Jeremy Corbyn criticised or commented on the murder of Henry Nowak? And there wasn't a lot there. There were 3 reports. RTE, Sky News, and I think it may have been Facebook, had carried the fact that he had commented on this, had criticised the murder of Henry Nowak, as any right-thinking person should, at a speech he gave in Dublin. I never saw this reported anywhere in the mainstream media. I never glanced at the news on any of the platforms that I look at and saw this reported. And this is the situation that you and I, find ourselves in now. That we can't just read the news and read all the news. Now, I know to a lesser or greater degree that's always been the case. But there was always a tip of the hat, a nod, a tap of the nose to opposition politics in any given article. We've never before seen such blatant messaging for one side and not the other. And over the last few days, the prevailing narrative was that how Keir Starmer had taken a knee for the Floyd murder, and yet not taken a knee for the Nowak murder. And it seems as though Keir Starmer's own words have done nothing to quieten down the situation. And if the answer to all these problems is Andy Burnham, then we may as well collectively light the blue touch paper and take a step back. Things won't get any better. Andy Burnham is more of the same, if not doubly more of the same. Here in the UK, we need now more than ever to be on our political guard. It's no longer good enough to just not participate in politics. And it could be reasonably argued that I'm talking about an unpopular viewpoint. And that might be true. After all, I've just literally said that the left is under attack and is now more unpopular than ever. But I'm also in these videos promoting the view of the right, specifically individuals like Rupert Lowe, who, as far as I can see as a lefty, seems to be speaking quite a bit of sense to many, many people. Now, I don't agree with his hardline stance on many things, but common sense is common sense. and returning society to something resembling what it once was along sensible lines, then that's hard to argue against, and I can see that. But as I've said before, the political answer to this matter lies somewhere between Rupert Lowe and Jeremy Corbyn. That's where common sense really lies. But Corbyn's traditional left message isn't getting through. It's important that we know that Corbyn, like Lowe, condemned the murder. We here in the UK must now, more than ever, pay attention, do the research, take a step back, because rushing headlong into a political right-wing model here in the UK is not going to do us any favours 10 years down the line. Because one thing's for sure, the grey shirts and jackboots of communism can easily be replaced by the grey shirts and jackboots of fascism. And in our fight to avoid one, we can easily end up with the other. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe and share. It really would help the channel. And until next time, look after yourselves.